Please, please, come closer. Too close, a little too close.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Disney movies that had the wrong ending.
Why, Michael.
It's not his fault. It's in the story. And Wendy says...
Wendy? Story? I might have known.
For this list, we'll be looking at Disney flicks that could have wrapped up their stories better. Maybe that means resolving plot points or fixing issues that didn't fit the character's arc. Or maybe they just could have done better. Rewrite a Disney ending and share your version of Happily Ever After with us in the comments. Number 10. 101 Dalmatians. Roger, Anita, and their dogs have successfully saved 99 pups from the fur-loving grasp of Cruella de Vil. So now what? Well, apparently the logical solution is to adopt them all.
This little house.
We'll buy a big place in the country. We'll have a plantation, a Dalmatian plantation.
Raj, that's truly an inspiration.
As any dog owner will tell you, they're a lot of work. The feeding, the walking, the attention, etc. Now multiply that by 101. Not so ideal after all, right? Also, what about Cruella? Last we saw her, she'd collided into her sidekicks, leaving them all stranded.
You idiots! You fools! Oh, you imbecile!
Shut up.
You'd think that Roger and Anita might desire some major retribution for her heinous actions. But seemingly they've moved on, and apparently we're expected to as well. Number 9. Beauty and the Beast. From the very beginning of the movie, the message that beauty is only skin deep is hammered into audiences.
Repulsed by her haggard appearance, the prince sneered at the gift and turned the old woman away. But she warned him not to be deceived by appearances, for beauty is found within.
Indeed, Belle and the Beast do form a special bond that you might even call love. But it only takes moments for the entire moral to unravel. Apparently, Happily Ever After can only be achieved once the Beast turns back into a handsome prince.
It is a miracle!
The 2017 live-action remake decided to subtly address this. As Belle and the prince dance at their wedding, she makes a cheeky comment.
How would you feel about growing a beard?
Clearly, this is a nod to the Beast that she initially fell in love with. Number 8. Pinocchio. The Pleasure Island scene was way too dark for a children's film, and we're still haunted by it today.
I want to go home to my mama!
But of course, we were relieved when our protagonist managed to escape. And even though the rest of his journey wasn't smooth sailing, Pinocchio still gets his happy ending.
I'm real. I'm a real boy!
You're alive! And you are a real boy!
As the Blue Fairy reverses the effects of the Pleasure Island curse, we can't help but wonder what happened to all of the other boys. Did anyone save them? Pinocchio is often considered one of the best animated films of all time, but a satisfying conclusion for the other Pleasure Island victims would have made it even better.
What do you care? You're having a good time, ain't you?
Number 7. The Fox and the Hound. When the film began, we thought we were watching an adorable animation about an unlikely friendship. Todd, a fox, and Copper, a dog, overcome social pressure and nature's law to become the best of friends.
And we'll always be friends forever, won't we? Yeah, forever.
But then, they grow up. The former besties become sworn enemies. Even so, Todd comes to his childhood friend's rescue during a bear attack, and Copper prevents his owner from shooting the fox in return.
Come on, Copper. Get out of the way.
After that, they pretty much part ways for good, with their friendship nothing but a distant memory. Apparently, friendship is no match for the laws of nature, but couldn't Disney show them reviving their relationship somehow?
Todd, those days are over. I'm a hunting dog now.
Number 6. Aladdin. Don't get us wrong, Aladdin is a great movie, but one teeny tiny plot point could have changed the entire story. Earlier, the Sultan is pretty insistent that Jasmine must marry, as is dictated by law.
The law says you must be married to a prince by your next birthday.
The law is wrong.
You've only got 3 more days.
Only at the end does he suddenly remember that as Sultan, he has the power to change that. This essentially renders the whole plot kinda moot.
From this day forth, the princess shall marry whoever she deems worthy.
Him. I choose you, Aladdin.
Even if he was being controlled by Jafar, why didn't anyone else bring it up? Also, the original ending revealed that Genie was masquerading as the peddler. It's a shame that the idea was scrapped, as it sounds like a rather satisfying full-circle ending.
Do not be fooled by his commonplace appearance. Like so many things, it is not what is outside, but what is inside that counts.
Number 5. Fantasia. You know the saying, always leave 'em wanting more? Yeah, that wasn't exactly the vibe Fantasia decided to end on. Rather, they saved the scariest segment until last.
Here on Walpurgis Night, which is the equivalent of our own Halloween, the creatures of evil gathered to worship their master.
Until now, we'd enjoyed plenty of magic, dancing, and an uplifting classical soundtrack. But with Night on Bald Mountain, we were presented with more hellish imagery and Chernabog, one of the most terrifying demons in Disney animation history. They did try and reintroduce some light at the end, but by that point, we were already hiding behind our sofas. Perhaps The Sorcerer's Apprentice could have been a more suitable segment for the finale. It's the one we all fondly remember anyway. Number 4. Chicken Little. At its core, the Chicken Little storyline isn't all that bad, but it often felt like its creators weren't exactly sure of what kind of tone they were going for.
Oh, no, not the book. How many have seen opening the book before? Close the book. We're not doing that.
They regularly rely on slapstick humor and easy laughs, and then suddenly they try to tug at our heartstrings at the end. Audiences simply were not buying it.
We're good. Let's go! Let's go!
They also didn't approve of Foxy Loxy's story arc either. She starts as a strong, feisty character who's forced to fill the outdated ditzy girly girl stereotype. She might have been a bad egg, but the fact that the others essentially controlled her fate is both unsatisfying and disturbing.
But no worries, we can put her back the way she was.
No! She's perfect.
Lollipop! Lollipop!
Scary.
Number 3. Toy Story 4. The Toy Story 3 ending was so perfectly heartwarming that we were sure nothing could top it. And we were correct. As you probably recall, the 4th installment ends with Woody leaving his friends for a life on the road with Bo Peep.
She'll be okay. Bonnie will be okay.
But hang on a second. Isn't this the same Woody that spent 3 films advocating that nothing was more important than their kids' happiness?
We all knew Operation Playtime was a long shot.
More like a misfire.
But we've always said this job isn't about getting played with, it's about
being there for Andy, we know.
That's a pretty major value to suddenly abandon, don't you think? A producer explained that they needed a big way to show Woody's character development. But even Pixar wasn't initially convinced that this ending was the right choice.
Does this mean Woody's a lost toy?
Number 2. Pocahontas. Until this film, the traditional Disney princess canon always rewarded its protagonist with a happy ending. We could totally accept Pocahontas being an exception if they'd given her the send-off she deserved.
Going back is his only chance. He'll die if he stays here.
Pocahontas and John Smith's whirlwind romance was at the center of the story, so its abrupt ending engulfed us like a bucket of ice-cold water.
I'm needed here.
Then, I'll stay with you.
No. You have to go back.
The star-crossed lovers are forced to part ways when John returns to England to make a full recovery from his wounds. They say their goodbyes, and with a final wave, it's over. As Pocahontas watches the ship sail into the distance, we were left feeling rather underwhelmed.
Goodbye, Anna.
I like hello better.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Dumbo.
Is it possible?
Isn't there some mistake?
Just look at those. The E-A-R-S.
Ridiculed for his oversized ears, Dumbo is treated as a joke act by his circus family. But thanks to his ever-growing fame, he eventually becomes the star of the show.
We did it! We did it! Let's show up, Dumbo!
It's not really a happy ending if you think about it, though. Dumbo and his mom will spend the rest of their lives serving the circus. Doesn't sound too jolly, right? When a live-action remake was announced in 2015, PETA petitioned director Tim Burton to rewrite the ending. As an advocate for animal welfare himself, he didn't need much convincing.
Welcome to the Medici Family Circus, where we believe no wild animals shall be held in captivity.
The new ending is a huge improvement, but our hearts still break for 1941 Dumbo. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.